Hi Spud and Chloe friends. So I'm here today with my almost finished Camp Hoodie hat, and the story behind the hat is that when I was proposing this project to the Spud and Chloe headquarters, I made, instead of doing a swatch, I made a hat with this really fun, easy Fair Isle pattern and then the added embroidery. And so I gave that hat away to someone who had a baby, so I had to remake it for now, but which is fine because it is such a cute and fun little hat. I will be making this pattern available shortly, but if you want to swatch like this, it's perfect because you can get a quick feel for the Fair Isle pattern. Knitting in the round, you can check your gauge to make sure it's at the right number, and then you can also try out the Fair Isle, the checker pattern, which really looks cute on its own, but boy, when you add the simple embroidery, the little X with the kind of tie in the middle, it just changes the whole look and appeal of the hat. I think it makes it so much cuter. I wish you could feel the texture. It adds such a depth and richness and texture to the project that it's really worth the extra few minutes it takes to add the quick little embroidery feature on here. So I'm going to show you how I do this. So you'll have a length of yarn and in whatever color you're using, and thread it on a yarn needle. And here's the hoodie pattern, but I'll move that out of the way right now so you can just kind of focus on this. So what I do is I just come up. So you have the main color little checker square, and then you have a contrasting color. And so I come up in the top right corner of one of the main color checks, and I leave a long enough end so that I can weave that in later. I come across to the diagonal. Checkers are great and stitches are great because they're just like a grid. And I come down to the left lower corner. I go under 2 bars of the main color, and I pull that up. I want to make an X, so I'm going to go down here to the lower right corner, and then I'm going to come up in the middle to make that little straight stitch across to kind of hold the X in place. So I'm going to come up and do a little straight stitch going up, and I'll come out right at the next right hand upper corner of the next check of the main color. And then I just you can kind of straighten out your stitches as you go. And just like when you're doing Fair Isle, you don't want to have floats going across the wrong side of the fabric that will pucker. So you always want to just give a gentle tug to make sure everything's nice and even in there. So I'm going to go across and up. I'll go across again into the center. And just go right in just to kind of hold that X down. Come up to the next one. You can get moving pretty quickly on this. You just really want everything to be relaxed, you know, not too tight, not too loose, just relaxed and laying nicely. I'm always one who just loves a little embellishment. I think on this fun little hoodie pattern, this easy Fair Isle embroidery just takes it a little bit over the top. Gives it a fun, playful element. And this hat is great too. It could be for boys or girls. You could use these colors I'm using. Would be a great little boy hat, baby boy. And I'll offer the pattern different sizes. This size I did probably be maybe I'm thinking 0 to 6 month size. I'll have to check my numbers, but see how I can get going pretty quickly here. You kind of get a rhythm down to your stitches. I get a nice little tug. And if they don't all look exactly the same, that's all the better in my eyes. I love a beautiful handmade anything, and sometimes that means things are a little quirky, and I think that makes it all the better. Mine sure aren't perfect, but I think they look great. And then it looks like I'm gonna run out of some, oh, I can tell that's where I had my join. I'm gonna run out of yarn soon, and so then I just leave kind of a tail. Here, I'll do this one and then I'll finish off this thread here. Now this one, I see my yarn is running out, so I'm just gonna pull that in. And I'll cut another length. I'll weave this end in later and it'll be all set to go. See, I'm almost done with that row. And then I'll do the same thing on the second row of these white checks, but I finished the other two groupings there earlier, so, and I made a pom-pom. So cute little hat. I hope that helps with your embroidery so that you can feel comfortable if you'd like to add that to your sweater or hat. Thanks for watching. Bye.